5. Got my homeboy Jheric, aka B-Boy Twist. It's your homegrown Miss EKkO 1. So I have a couple questions for you today. I wanted to know how long you've been dancing for.
Pretty much kind of my entire life, but professionally, I would say a little bit over 20 years.
20 years?
So I started dancing when I was like grade 6, 7.
Nice, nice. So a lot of us that like to dance started out just, at home and kind of doing our thing in the mirror.
Yep.
So I wanted to know, tell them a little bit about yourself, maybe where you came from, your background, and kind of where your passion for dancing came from.
I came from the Philippines. I moved here in 1986. I was about 13 at that time. How I found my passion is actually, I was going to school, a private school, with 4 other guys that kind of, were into dance. We were heavily into like Michael Jackson.
Nice.
So he was like actually my main inspiration, right? When I saw Michael Jackson do his like moonwalk, we like all wanted to learn how to do it.
The star of all the video games.
Yeah. And then from then on, we just started practicing. And at that time, also breaking was kind of coming out. We saw movies. It was like Beat Street, breaking, electric Boogaloo, right? So it was my kind of like my start of like, oh, what kind of dance is this? I didn't know it was hip hop then. I was just like, I thought the guys were doing it pretty cool, older kids in the neighborhood, and I started like learning from them. I was like following them around, asking them how to teach me some of the steps, and so they did. And after that, I kind of formed my own little crew. That's like
That's going to be my next question. So with crews right now, it's a huge thing in the hip hop culture. This is part of the reason why I wanted to include it in the magazine, Inspiration Station.
Yeah.
It's a huge culture, part of my culture too, with the Brazilian culture. Have you thought ever about, have you heard about how capoeira was part of it?
Yeah, we've actually, it wasn't like years later that, I discovered capoeira, and then a lot of the movements were similar. But see, like breaking was taken from a lot of movements, right? So not just like martial arts, it was taken from line dancing, what else? Gymnastics, right? And the crew thing.
It's such a big part of it.
Yeah, it's because like when I first started, it was like kids in the neighborhood. We're all friends. So I mean, even before we were like a breakdancing crew, we were already a crew of friends. Right? Yeah, and we just happened to share the same passion for the dance. Some didn't, but they still hung around, and we all learned from each other because nobody was really teaching us. So we were just watching or learning from what we saw on TV, and maybe some of the older kids in the neighborhood like ask them how to do the move and show us. And then after that, we just kind of practiced on our own. Like back then, I didn't know any of these steps. We were just doing it until later on in life. You get educated that this is what it is. This is called that. Because back then, we didn't know it was called hip hop. We were just dancing to it was
just
like
music.
Yeah, it was music, and it was like the moves were pretty cool. So we're just.
I noticed one other thing too. Your little brothers, my Jamie too.
Yeah.
What do you think your culture, the role your culture played in dancing in that sense, right?
Like you mean getting him started?
Both of you guys
Yeah, well, I was dancing with this is like years later. I was in Canada. Breakdancing with a b-boy was again starting to come up. And I had, again, a group of friends that we shared the same interests. We were a dance group. We started putting this together, and my little brother was watching me. And from then, he kind of wanted to learn.
There seemed to be a lot of Filipino people into it. That's why I found it interesting. It's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Well, I guess it's just because it was just an interest that we had. We had white kids in our crew, but it just happened to be like where I went to school. It was all Asians, and South Indians, right? South Asians. So not a lot of white kids. But until later on, I go to Vancouver, find out all these other white kids dancing. So doing the same thing.
nice. So there's an event happening. I was going to ask you about that. Are you performing at this event?
No, I'm putting it on with So yeah, we collaborated with an event.
Okay, we're gonna work this out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's called
It's called Concrete Hustle. Right? So what it is,
check it out. But yeah, and it's a venue.
so it's not just breaking. It's we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 elements of the street dance culture that were I invited some of the top dancers in the city. So they're going to be battling hip hop, whacking,
to emotions too.
popping, breaking, and locking.
Nice.
Nice.
So you got a mix of everything.
So it should be a pretty good event, you know. And these are like the top people in their game.
And that's happening tonight.
It's happening tonight at the venue downtown, starting at 5. That's in a couple hours from now.
Awesome. So I wanted to end the interview with a song. And is there anything else you want to say? Because this is gonna go live. Anything else you want to say? Maybe advice. You could end with some advice to dancers who've given up their craft for a little bit about getting back to it.
You know, I say just keep on pushing it. Just keep on pushing. Don't give up. Don't ever give up, right? If dancing is your passion, like, you know, I went through a lot of hardships, but you know, if I gave up, I probably would not have this. Right? Like the studio right now this is like pretty much a dream come true for me, right?
And maybe, talk about the studio here, the classes you have.
Yeah, what we teach pretty much in the studio, we have all disciplines of dance, from breaking, hip hop, jazz, you know, contemporary ballet. So, I mean, I grew up not learning from anybody. I was self-taught dancer. And then later on again, you know, when I networked and met people, share the same interest, we started taking classes, you know, and you know, it's good for you because you learn different things. So you're not just like stuck in one thing. So it opened me up definitely. So that's why, yeah, it's like dance in general. Just don't give up, just don't give up.
Good advice. And big ups to Boogaloo for having us here and letting us have our little interview. So check out this track. It's called Put It On The Beat. We're gonna have a little sample. Shout outs to DJ Mustard.
Oh, that's always gonna groove a bit.
People looking at us up there.